If you had the keys to a rick house, what would you do? Welcome to KIllco. My name is Brian, and today we are drinking whiskey, Larceny. This is not Larceny barrel proof, which I'm going to try someday, but I've heard many things about it. This has the name John E. Fitzgerald. Some call him Old Fitzgerald. And supposedly, he is one of the ancient mooches in the whiskey world. From what I read on the back of the bottle before starting this, I did a little research, is this guy was a treasury agent who had keys to a rick house, and he would go in there and drink whiskey. Apparently, something like this is the idea. Interesting story. Definitely makes me curious about who it actually was and why they actually did this. It's actually, I'm not going to tell you all of it because that's not what I do here. I just thought it was interesting, and anyone who can mooch whiskey, well, they're fine in my book. Now you'll note some of this has been drank already, so this is not an official uncorking of any sort. And part of why I'm trying it on camera is because I noticed it tasted very different from other bourbons I'm used to. Specifically thinking about Wild Turkey 101, this is not that. This is a wheated bourbon, which is closer to what I think of when I think of Maker's Mark. And it definitely tastes different to me. Am I still having problems with tasting and smelling stuff? Of course I am. If only you could be so lucky. However, at the moment, I'm doing okay, and as I say at the beginning of some of these as of late, the idea here is I'm going to try this, pick out what I can as best I can, and then I'm going to use an app, which I will link down below, to assist me in picking out words and flavors and smells and stuff, because although I enjoy doing this, I feel limited by my issues, but I still like it. So, enough talking, I know. Oh, try that again. That's a little better. ASMR time. Now, you might notice the lighting. You might not. But it is currently just past 10:30 in the morning. So this is a breakfast whiskey. It's very weird, but filming in the dead of night always isn't the best. First, the nose. Immediately, I smell mostly alcohol. This one's actually 46%. I almost forgot to mention that. It is in a proof range I agree with. It is not just 40%. 46 is much more to my liking, I think. And I know makers, when I have it, usually the normal version is 40. And I do tend to prefer the gas strength. It smells actually kind of sweet. It's bourbon. What else am I going to say? It's a bourbon. It's sweet. It's reminding me of brown sugar a little bit. It's reminding me of... I put the thought of wheat in my head, so I'm thinking of wheat grain and getting a little bit of that on the nose as well. I'm trying to remember when I've actually smelled a bunch of wheat that's been harvested. I don't know when I may have smelled that, but that's the image I have in my mind at the moment. It's not too grainy, like a grain alcohol smell, thankfully. I thought I got a hint of citrus there. That could be I had orange juice hours ago. I really don't know. It's a nice smell, but it's definitely not quite what I'm used to. The taste. Ooh, peppery. I like that. I always feel weird drinking whiskey straight in the morning. Okay. I like the peppery. It is as a sweet bourbon, but something else. Something else about it. It's throwing me off. It's clinging to my tongue. It's doing that dry thing, which is not what I'm used to. If you've ever had a dry wine, it feels like your tongue kind of all the moisture gets sucked out of it. I got that at the end of this. At the finish, I got a dry feeling, which I dig. Go back in again. It's a little smoother this time. Still burns. Ow. I'm thinking of pies and cookies all of a sudden, so that's fun. Some fruit notes, I think. Or at least a bizarre fruit sweetness of some sort. Which I'll, again, could have been because I had orange juice earlier. I don't know. I do like it though. I'm trying to make my videos a little more compact. So I will go to the app now and let's see what it tells me about this whiskey. The community profile for this is toffee, vanilla, new wood, and caramel. I like the toffee. It does remind me of a candy kind of. I'm not getting so much wood smell. And caramel and vanilla are kind of a given for most whiskeys. Let's check the flavor on the community profile. Caramel, cinnamon, oak, vanilla, and pepper. Definitely got the pepper. I do get an oaky feeling. The community finish is oak, cinnamon, spicy, and vanilla. I definitely agree with spicy, but everything else I'm not sure. Oh, that burn going down still is tingly. But keep in mind this is a straight whiskey, so it's been at least 2 years, which is actually a nice time in my book. It's not too long, but it's not too short. Official overview. Larceny was hand-selected by the master distiller to have a taste profile of a 6-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, but it's only 2. Made with wheat as a secondary grain, as we said, instead of the traditional rye, which is why it's very different from Wild Turkey to me. Larceny is a smoother tasting bourbon. I would not say so. I'd say this is kind of spiky and punchy for someone new to bourbon or whiskey in general. And it does burn, surprisingly, for 46. The color, which I forgot to say at the beginning of my video, oops, it says is bright new copper. I would agree. Although I wouldn't have called it that. I would have said maybe a light amber or a kind of an orangey citrus almost. It's not orange juice, but again, I have orange juice on the brand apparently. Fresh bread and toffee with a note of butterscotch for the official nose. Official taste, buttery caramel and honeyed notes with a rich mouthfeel. It does have a nice mouthfeel actually. That brings that up. And official finish, long, gently sweet and savory. I would not agree there. It had kind of a dry finish to me. But it is long. It's definitely sticking. Maybe savory. I dig it though. This is a nice change of pace for bourbons. I was kind of going down the road of they all seem to taste the same right now. But this was a nice change of pace, and I'm glad I got to try it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You just hit past 100, and I still have to do something for that. I just don't know what or when, but I will probably try to get that set up in advance. Until next time, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. That's all, Joe.